on the platform of Rati, they are almost completely destroyed. No, they are on the platform of Bhava or Rati, they are completely destroyed. No, sorry, they are almost completely destroyed. On the level of Bhava and Prema, they are completely destroyed. But then there was this thoroughly completely destroyed. So that's when you attain the lotus feet of Krishna and are together with Krishna all the time. Then only at that point are all the anarthas taken away from your heart. So that's why you can see how difficult or different, or that's called, dangerous, and how difficult it is to get rid of the anarthas from abroad. Very difficult. Beginning partially, just by performing bhajan in a clear, positive. Power of devotional service is extremely powerful. What we are doing is extremely powerful. Very, very powerful. The chanting of the holy name like we hear here can counteract the killing of a brahmana, and killing of a father and mother, and like all these personalities you can kill and if you're chanting purely. And it will simply be burned up in the fire of the holy name. We say every day when we chant around, when we walk around Tulsi Devi, Brahma Hatya Vikanicha. Even the Padam Padam, every time we walk around Tulsi Devi, even the killing of a brahmana is taken away. But only if it's done with the right intention, in the right mood. If we, like here, what the demigods are mentioning here to Indra, is that you just perform the 7 offense. You just perform an Ashwamedha yajna, or you just please Lord Narayan. And then even the sin of killing a brahmana, or they say even the sin of killing the whole world, something like that, right? The whole population. What to speak of? What do they say? A sinful demon like Vritasura. But he's not a sinful demon. Right? But this is how people can twist the truth. Even sometimes we hear devotees, like you hear devotees speaking about these so-called Vaishnavas, they have no good qualities and like this. You cannot speak of the devotee like that. It is said one should speak the truth, but one shouldn't make offenses while speaking the truth. So if a Vaishnava is not up to the standard, it's not our duty to blaspheme that person. It's not our duty to call him all kind of names and make him look bad in the eyes of others. Krishna says, Abhichet Suduracharo, Bhajachet Mamananda, Sarva Eva Sanatanya, Samyak Vyavishito Hisham. That even if one commits the most abominable activities, if he's engaged in devotional service, he's considered a devotee. Shipram Bhavati Dharma Atma. Very quick, Shipram, very quick. Shipram Bhavati, he becomes a Dharma Atma. An Atma who is following Dharma. Very quickly. Shipram Bhavati Dharma Atma. Shashvas Chantin Nikashti. And very quickly attains peace. Kuntiya Pratijani, you declared it, O Arjuna. Nami Bhakta Pranasati. My devotee will never perish. So this is Krishna speaking. He says, you declare it, Arjuna, because people will believe you. I'm speaking so many things. Sometimes I even go back on my own words to save my devotee. But my devotee's words are like carved in stone. So that means also us. That means if we speak something, we should do it. Or at least we should go out of our way to do it. A devotee, when he says something, he'll do it. Like we mentioned before, Ramchandra, one word, one wife, one arrow. So if Ramchandra, he said it, it will be done. No, without a doubt. So the holy names, by simply fully taking shelter, by chanting on Namavas, and for us this is most likely what most of us are doing. That's just how it is. But Namavas means chanting, trying to give up the offenses. Trying. On Sudanam, there's no more offenses. So who can say there's no more offenses in our chanting? So as long as there are offenses, we are at best chanting on Namavas. So, of course, because we hear the holy name is so extremely powerful. It is said, I can't remember where I just heard in a lecture, that you can give the value or the quantity of Mount Mirror of gold in charity on a full moon night. You can perform all kinds of sacrifices, 100 Ashwamedha-yagas. I hear about here Ashwamedha-yagas. You can perform 100 Ashwamedha-yagas, and some more are mentioned, I can't remember. And that's not coming close to just one name of Krishna. That's how powerful it is. And we hear that 1,000 names of Vishnu is equal to 3 names of Ram. 3 names of Ram is equal to 1 name of Krishna. So one can chant all the Vishnu Sahasranam, but just chanting Krishna once is as powerful as that. 1,000 names of Vishnu. So we've been given this most valuable thing. You all know this story with Sanatana Goswami sitting there chanting, and this devotee, he got this benediction that he would become extremely wealthy. So he came there and told us, Sanatana Goswami, I was told you have the greatest wealth. Please give it to me. I want to become rich. So Sanatana Goswami said, yeah, I have the greatest wealth, but you can take it over there in this pile of garbage. So this person went there and he found a Chintamani stone. And he tried it, touching some metal, and immediately became gold. And he was in ecstasy, running down from the mountain, touching everything he could in his home, metal, with this stone, and it all became gold. So he became extremely wealthy. But he was a very greedy person. So he thought, why did we keep this stone, this most valuable thing, why did we keep it in garbage? And why did we just give it so freely? So he went back and says, I think you have something more valuable than that. Please give that to me. So I said, sure. You go and you throw this stone in the middle of the lake over there, and I'll give it to you. So he went there, and he practically couldn't, because wow. But then he did, anyway, I want the most valuable thing, so he threw the stone. And then he came back to Sanatana Swami, Sanatana Swami, sit down. Now chant this mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Nothing comes close to it. Most likely he was very disappointed. But most likely later he became very happy. This is the nature of it. And sometimes maybe we can still think we are missing out. Right? Oh, people out there are enjoying so much, they're suffering like anything. But see, they have such big cars, or such big houses, they're eating, no restrictions, they can have sex life if they want, with whoever they want, babies, animals, goats, trees, whatever they can imagine, trying to enjoy it. Right? So you think, hey, why all these restrictions? Why I have to be in this devotional service? Why I have to get us up so early every morning and chant the same mantra I've been chanting for years? Never any change, it's just the same, day in and day out. So we forget how valuable it is. By chanting, we are gradually going back to God. So just by chanting Nama Bas, you will get the highest. At one point, because the power is there, it will take longer time. That's why we hear you can chant just one mantra and you're pure devotee. That's pure Sudanam. So when we become capable of that, we cannot give up chanting. We cannot stop. That's why we hear about Haridas Thakur, persons like that, Raghunath Das Goswami, all these great personalities. They practically can't stop chanting. Oh no, now I finished my rounds, I have to go and check this what to do. and that's really Haridas Thakur. He would not drink, he would not eat, he would not sleep before he chanted his 164 rounds. And then afterwards he would take a little prasad and then we go and preach the rest of the time. That was his life. He didn't think about, oh, when can I take rest, or when can I use a little time for myself? Come on, I've been giving like 20 hours of Krishna, why can't I 4 hours, at least I can use 4 hours for myself. So as long as we have that mentality, that's a compromise. So of course Prabhupada says it's a gradual process, we have to take it as we can follow. And Nectar of Devotion says we shouldn't take any vows, or we shouldn't make any restrictions on ourselves we cannot follow. We shouldn't take more sadhana than we can follow easily. But what does that mean? That means we should be able to keep up that standard. And that's why we also hear, like Prabhupada said this, a gentleman will never go back on his word. So if one make a standard, never go back. That's like going backwards. That's for suicide. So like we always go ahead, always go more, we want to come better than what we're doing. Like a millionaire, I want to become more rich. I want to have more money. Or as some kind of sports guy, football or ice hockey or whatever. I want to become better. I want to become better in shooting the ball. I want to become better in business. So they're practicing so much. So we should have the same mentality with bhakti all the time. How can I improve? How can I get rid of all these anarthas that is like obscuring, like a cloud in front of the sun, so I cannot see what I'm looking for? So that's the power we've been given, but by bad association, as Indra is getting here, it can all be taken away within a second. Bad association means anyone who's telling us, go back on your principles, go back on your, tune down your sadhana. That's bad association. That's asasanga. So we should be with the devotees who have a higher standard than ourselves, who have a higher level of devotional service than ourselves. That's real sadhana. That's why we hear that there's different levels of devotional or association. How's this verse in the next up? Krishneti Yasha Kivitam Manasatriyeta. That one who's chanting the holy name, Krishneti Yasha, he should be Manasatriyeta, he should be offered respect in the mind. You don't want just chanting. So he should be offered respect in the mind. Krishneti Yasha Kivitam, say the words, Kivitam Manasatriyeta. Dikshasti Chet Pranatibis Chavidantam Isham. And one who's initiated, one should constantly be with that person. And he should be served more. He should offer obeisances, sushrusvis. He should be one who's engaged in Dikshasti Chet Pranatibis. Pranas, he should offer pranas. Sushrusaya Vikana Ityan Ivangam Isham. And for one who is Sushrusaya Bhajana, one who is constantly absorbed in bhajan and in preaching, performing the process of devotional service. Sushrusaya Bhajana Ananya Nindari Sunya, and is completely free from fault finding. Nindari Sunya. Ninda. Completely free. Nindari Sunya. Ridam Ipsita Sangha Labdya. His association be constantly sought after. And one should offer everything to that person. So that is really what helps us make advancement by serving the devotees. Sushushu Shatadana Sha Vasudeva Katarati Shanmahat Sivayavika Punya Chetan Sivya. By serving those devotees who are completely free from all vice, great service is done. By such service, one gains the affinity for hearing the messages of Vasudeva Krishna. So if you wonder why there's no attraction for hearing, this is the problem. This is the cure. This is where we can, just by doing this activity again and again and again, constantly, Krishna forbidden gives the desired, the taste, the rasa, when we open Bhagavatam, when we pick up on that. So, fully understanding what we have been given is difficult, but at least we can have a theoretical understanding. It's much more valuable than anything in existence. That's why Caitanya Mahaprabhu said there's two substances, two things of real substance in this world. The jivas and the holy name. Everything else is illusion. Everything else is maya. Thank you very much.
I was just thinking that, like you're saying, the Demigods have had association for Indra, and first they ask him to kill Vitasura, and then they tell him that we will help you with this Aswamedha Yajna, whereas the holy name is so much more powerful. So like you're saying, they are in one sense also focusing on the wrong things there. And in the purport it was said that it also didn't help to have that mentality to just plan, do a sinful activity and then plan to do some atonement. And then later on they also just leave him. When they were returning home, they didn't say, they didn't like acknowledge him and left him just completely there alone, at least for a while. Then later on they did perform this Aswamedha Yajna, but the whole thing is just like, it's just that sometimes on heavenly planet we also hear how Vishnu comes and takes part in he arrives, and takes his share in the sacrifices there that they do together. So it's like the heavenly planet is not such a heavenly. It doesn't seem like so heavenly after all.
No. And we can see the consequence, as you mentioned, that Indra now will get all the sinful reactions. Even though they perform all these are familiar, still this person with leprosy, this old woman, naked woman, she comes running after the sin personified. And Indra, he has to run away, but he cannot escape until he comes to Manasudhira. And he goes into the river there, or the lake, and hides himself in the stems of lotus flower. And therefore, for all this time, he's just waiting there for 1,000 years, practically without any food, just waiting. And that's his atonement. That becomes automatically his atonement. And then after he goes through all these sinful reactions, he comes back as Indra again, after Nahusha and the whole thing. So that's what happens to us also. The person saying, why are we suffering? Why are the devotees suffering? The devotees only suffer for one reason, because they perform sinful actions. Or when Krishna really want to utilize that devotee to set an example. Pandavas went through so much suffering, Prabhupada went through so much suffering. But they are on a different level. So Krishna is using them to set the example for us, how much austerity we should be willing to take. And we see the life of Prabhupada, we see the life of the Pandavas. So what is the little austerity we have to go through? But for us it's mostly just that we're not following. Then Krishna says, okay, here you have it. Right? Then I need to give you a little more of the not so happy environment. And then we become serious. Suffering makes us serious. Especially devotees, because they know. Materialists, they don't even know. They just know, from all these sinful reactions, they think there's no God in control, there's no karma, there's nothing. So whatever we do, they can't see the connection, but we know. So we know I'm suffering now, my mind is going crazy because I did this mistake. My senses are powerful because I offended this devotee. The devotee can immediately see the link. So that's why the process is so extremely powerful, because even when we're performing sinful activities, we make progress, if we're intelligent. What to speak of if we really endeavor not to, then Krishna gives everything. Just here you have it. Here you have real taste for chanting. Here you have real taste for hearing Bhagavatam. Here you have real taste for all the platforms of devotional service. So like Indra, we should not become attracted by Asat Sangha. We should be afraid of Asat Sangha, because that's what kills us. And if we won't make it in this life, we don't know what will happen next lifetime. We are it's very dangerous place to chill out. For it is dead destined to him. So if we can fall away now, what in next life? Even Krishna says he carries it, but we can take detour for a long time in the material world. Krishna still carry our Sukriti or our devotional service. But if we don't want it, or if we are not ready really, the anarthas we're fighting with now, we can stop now fighting, but then we just have to take the fight later. We need to take the fight. It's not a matter of, I'll escape it. You can't. You need to take the fight. We need to take the fight with our mind, we need to take the fight with our senses, we need to take the fight with all the desires, etc. So, the faster we can do, the less suffering and the more real enjoyment. And at that, by doing that, we'll go back to Godhead. So, what is the difficulty?
What should Indra have been doing? I mean, what would have, like when he saw that Vritrasura, because he had been given that weapon by Vishnu to kill him also. And
but there was his desire, Indra's desire to kill him. So Krishna, in that sense, he just fulfilled the desires of the demigods to teach them to be desireless. So what Indra could have done, he could have understood, and when he understands it's a great Vaishnava here, he could say, okay, I have no issue with you anymore. I only worship. Because Vritrasura is not his enemy. Because Trasta says that the curse wrong, So Vitasura has nothing against Indra. It's Indra who wants to kill Vitasura. So most likely if Indra said, oh, I didn't know you were wise, no, please forgive me, Dandavas, how can I serve you? Vitasura most likely said, okay, let's chant together. Sarakirtan.
Vitasura was created for the purpose of killing Indra. So he was the son of Twasta, so he was under order of his father to kill. So I guess he couldn't have just. It would maybe be difficult for him not to attack or.
Yeah, but again, he's a Vaishnava. So it's the Vaishnava is constantly forgiving. So it's true that also, and he kills his brother, so-called brother, because Vitasura was created. So in one sense, but still, he says, "My brother, you killed my brother." A Brahmana. But it's quite likely if Indra said, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't know about this, please forgive me, I made all these offenses, I even killed your brother, please forgive me. That's Krishna's mood. Let's say a devotee. Oh, we haven't got time. Sorry, that got me to stop. Maybe next time. You wanna end with something?
No, you're probably right. Being a devotee, if he had paid Dandavatan like that, I think he would be excused. He would be, but he would have to probably to do that because that's what probably would have taken.
Yeah. I had a very short story, I will tell now, but it's too late, how Krishna is extremely forgiving, like on an atom of forgiving, on top to the level of practically killing Krishna's friends, like Krishna's doing. Grandharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jai Bhagavad ki jai.